Okay, so we're looking at what we're going to do for Module 6. The title of Module 6 is Igniting Ideas, Innovation, and Imagination. Now, I could go blah, 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 and tell you everything I already know about that, but if I bring genius in this moment to that, I will do something different. So I want you to observe me accessing something new in the moment to bring to that. Okay, so I get into that vibrant, dynamically, super amazing state. I plug in, and then it's just like I just go boom, like this. So what wants to happen in this module? It's about going where they've never gone before. It's about an adventure. It's about risking and being willing to risk bringing something new, and the brilliance and the joy of being willing to risk something new. It's a hard thing for people. I know that. I know that if you're sitting in business, I remember when I was there some years ago. I'm now an entrepreneur, so I can do what I want and run it my way. But when I was in business years ago, it wasn't an easy thing to sit in the room and offer an idea. It often just fell into dead space. Well, I think that you want to find that perfect thing, that perfect gem of an idea or an innovation or an imagination piece. You want to find that perfect gem. And when you find that perfect thing and you drop it into a genius space, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about creating genius space as well for your genius to be received in. When you can drop that thing in, it's an amazing moment in your life. Yes, it might be a little risky. Yes, it could be a little scary even. But if you never risk it, you will never have the feeling of having brought something profoundly, beautifully new into the world. It's the art of creation. In fact, it moves me to tears almost just talking about it. It's part of the art of genius. It's a magnificent privilege to be able to bring genius to the world. And you see, I let myself be moved by that because, as I'm saying, genius is a feeling. And you have to be willing to let yourself be moved by that. By the way, I'm not saying if you're in business and you're sitting trying to get a genius idea for the group that you're going to be moved to tears. No, you'll probably be so excited you'll be bouncing up and down in your chair. But if you'll notice, if you're listening, really listening to this, it will touch something inside you. Because I think we want to be geniuses, not so we can be geniuses, not so we look great and do fabulous things and make great money. And it's not about status. It's not about ego. It's not about even money, although may it be super abundant for you. May it bring you lots of financial well-being. Genius is an art. It is a privilege to be able to connect with it and bring it through. I think it makes us better human beings to bring genius to the world. I think that the world needs our genius desperately now. I believe that we live on a genius planet. I believe that the inherent capacity within you and within everyone you know and everyone you touch in your life, be that family, friends, co-workers, whatever, everyone has this genius capacity to step up in their lives and be more than they could be. And one of the biggest trends of recent years is that people are yearning to make a difference. I'll bet that's so for you. Everyone I talk to these days is just itching to make a difference, to bring something that's their potential, their gift, their contribution to the world. As I said, it's not about ego. I often think that greatness has nothing to do with ego. If you really look, the truly great ones, they were never egotistical. They were just connected and just bringing something profoundly, awesomely wonderful to the planet for everyone to thrive and grow on. And I think that's part of the privilege of being a part of this. So when you go to access your genius, let it seep into you and let it grow you. It's not about, by the way, being humble. It's about being proud. Being proud to be someone who can bring genius through and who can instigate genius for others as well. Because one of the things I want to talk about in the next module is listening genius in others, and how that skill will change teams working together, will alter the dynamics of a room, will change your coaching skills if you're a coach, etc. So we're going to play with that a little bit. But right now, it's really important that you just sit with it for a minute. So your homework for this module is to just sit for a minute and think about, why do you want to be a genius? What gifts, what contribution do you want to bring to the planet? And then orient yourself to that. Let yourself sit in it. Let yourself be it. Breathe it. Know yourself as that. Get comfortable with it. And be willing to show up in the world as it. Because if you don't show up as it, how is anybody else? I often say, especially if you've got kids, wouldn't you want your kids to be in a world where their genius is celebrated, treasured, recognized, sought after? You don't want them to grow up and be in a world where they have to keep it all to themselves and act like normal, like everybody else. You want them to be fully expressed and to let their contribution flow through. Well, how are you going to do that? It starts with you. So spend some time between this module and the next one really letting yourself absorb that you are a genius and why you want to be a genius.